split, like you know how like if you're in a queue and you're in the server and the map resets, it takes you out of queue. Will it do that to us?
Not in TOURNY, I think.
I'm gonna just move up to the channels, guys.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
luck in your AT.
yeah, man.
Alright, man.
Alright, guys. I've created the tournament brackets. It's 11:14. I still have time, and I can post it to you guys early. So here you go. This is oh damn! I didn't turn it. Oh no, that not joining is gonna screw me over. 11:15. Come on, let me join. Hurry, hurry. Yes. There you go, guys. The challenge.com bracket. Our first match is. Let me put down my music just a bit. Right around there should be good. Our first match is going to be Red Electro, I believe, versus Pawn Star. Let me just. Alright, guys, here we go. So, this is going to be our first match. Red Electro versus Pawn Star. Pawn Star is in here and Red Electro is. Red Electro was actually in our last tournament that we had. First time I had him, and wow, what a stunning fucking performance. This guy tore his way all the way to the finals. Unfortunately, not having enough strength to finish. But wow, was it a stunning performance. He fought a lot of different classes. High burst, high sustain, like good stealth. He fought high condi. He fought a lot of classes and it was super exciting to watch. Let me take a quick look over here at Clumsy. Hold on, let me just tell these guys. Ready up to start. Now, Clumsy over here is running with Spite, Soul Reaping, and Reaper. He's also got Axe with Focus. He's got Staff, Rune of the Ice, and Demolish Ram. Very interesting coming out of Clumsy. He's running Reaper as well. Let's take a look at Rezard. He's running Adventure with Carry On. He's got Axe, Torch, and he's also got Staff. He's running with Illusions, Dueling, and Mirage. Now, thank you guys for watching. I'm very new to Twitch streaming, a little over 3 weeks, but I'm practicing my shoutcasting. I hope you guys enjoy this. So here we go. Rezard Magic, good sustain. He's trying to get over the LOS port. Good job by cutting and mitigating a lot of that damage. A great port again by Rezard Magic. Clumsy's taking a lot of damage just trying to close the gap. Good job by Rezard Magic punishing him by creating those gaps between him and his opponent, and Clumsy can't get any damage down as he's a Reaper, so he's just dumping the damage as he's running, mitigating everything, saving his cooldowns. That was a really, really good job by Rezard Magic. As I said, he did really good. First time I saw him was, I believe it was yesterday or the day before that. I saw him for the first time in my tournaments. I've done at least 50 1v1 tournaments. I've recorded at least 20 of them, or 19 of them. So I haven't seen him ever except for the last one. He was very stunning and he did an excellent job right there, baiting out his opponent really good, making him go through a couple of cooldowns, using the LOS from the stairs just to mitigate damage, popping up, dropping the condi, and coming back. Hey, thank you so much for that follow, man. I really appreciate that. Xcaru, thank you. You're the best. Alright, here we go with Rezard Magic again. Let's see if Clumsy made any changes to his build. I don't think he made anything there. Oh, no, Rune of Ice and still with Demolisher. I don't think he's made any severe changes. He's going for the port spot, which is a good idea. Rezard dropping the Chaos Storm, forcing him out of that no port spot. Good job over here. Big fear by Clumsy. That was really good. But now Rezard has the dominant position over here. He can just kite down and up if he so chooses, which he's doing right now. Oh, nice ice. I think that's what I forgot the name of that, guys. Like I said, I'm new to Twitch streaming, so if you know the name of that Reaper 5, let me know. Good job by Red. Oh my god, downstate battle over here. I would give the downstate battle to the Reaper over here. But he does have the big damage. Great port by Rezard Magic. That was great terrain use. That is what you consider. Oh, but he still got the down over there. Can he get... He's also... Rezard Clumsy is also using the spawns as a source of healing. Both really top tier. Oh no, here we go. But now Rezard is not... Oh, he comes back to try to get the down if he can. Great port. This is incredible downstate fighting we have right here. Oh my god, top tier class. And now this is our first round of our tournament. The first round is usually a little stumbly because there's so many people, and I don't know. I did a roster check, but sometimes they do end up leaving. But this is also really rare. This is weird. First round, game 3. That was epic downstate fighting right there. Like the way they were doing their moves, the way they were countering each other, and even in downstate, this is top tier fighting right here. Really, really enjoyable match. I hope you guys are excited for this one. Holy moly! Here we go, game 3 already. The next match coming up after this is Rennick, versus Irma Gerd. Sorry guys, I'm just writing to the opponents right now. Good fear though. I think it was a fear. Alright, Clumsy going for the no port spot, putting some super heavy pressure down onto Rezzard. Now Clumsy's got a little bit of his play for his got a feeling for his play style. He's able to put some, oh, you can't get out of that Reaper Shroud. Clumsy doing a fucking amazing job. Doing it, and like I said, Rezzard was no joke in his last tournament. He was really, really impressive, so that goes to show something for Clumsy. Good job, Clumsy. Moving on into the second round, the quarterfinals, I believe. And as I mentioned, guys, the rules for this tournament is the class you start with is the class you finish with. And let's say take a look at Rezzard over here. He's got Illusions, Dueling, and Mirage. He has to keep these three trait lines. He can change all his specs, though. So those are the only 2 rules I have in these tournaments. One, oh, hold on. Alright, let's take a quick look at Irma Gerd. Let me see if I can find Reno Rednix over here. Where is he? I know I just saw him in here. And like this is what I mentioned, guys. In the first round, it can get a little funny because even though I did the roster check, some people sometimes just don't show up. Let me see if I can find him in here. I'm going to look for a sub at the same time. Alright guys, I'm just waiting for Renix to come. If he doesn't show up, I'm going to get a substitute. And in the meantime, I'm probably just going to swap over to the next fight, Ario versus Emma. So we're moving on to Ario versus Emma. I know Ario is in here. Did I see him? There they are. Perfect. Renegade Ario versus... I was going to be like, I hate this game. I fucking hate this game. But here we go. Renegade Ario versus High Emma. So we go Invocation, Devastation, and Renegade. And we got over here... Okay, he's got Short Bow with Staff. I'm going to be very interested. Ario is a good player. So I'm very interested to see what his theory crafted. Sigil of Cleansing with Energy. Sigil of Energy with Purging. He's also got Rune of the Mad King with Marauder. Very interesting. I'm going to see it in action. Let's take a look at Emma right here. She's running with Inspiration, Dueling, and Domination. She's also got Greatsword with a Sword Torch, running Sigil of Cleansing, Sigil of Energy, Agility, and Energy over here, Mesmer, and Berserkers. So let's see how... I'm going to be watching Emma for this one. She's got to be really careful with her mitigation. Renegade's got a lot of AoEs, I believe, so he's going to try to pin her in an area where he can capitalize on that advantage as much as he can. He doesn't really want to give Emma the high ground, but he's already going into his little... I don't know what these guys are called, I'm not too sure, but I've seen a couple Renegades like that running around with it. So like you basically want to stay out of that AoE. Good job by Renegade actually turning over the high ground, but he got really big bursted by Emma. Emma doing a great job, and now he's in a bad spot here. Just to close the gap, he's got to come all the way up to her. She's trying to get the damage, extra damage onto him. Doesn't look like he's going to sustain through this, and Emma is able to get game 1. Sorry guys, I'm just typing again in the map chat to replace the other person. So let's take a look at Ario Red, see if he's made any changes. Nope. Still looks the same over here. He does have any opportunity he can if he wants to make changes. Like I said, the only rules in this is that you can't change the class you start with, and Invocation, Devastation, and Renegade have to stay here. He has the 3 specs he's chosen have to stay the same. He can change all the traits, he can change all the utilities, he can change his weapons, sigils, runes, amulets, whatever he chooses, except for class and 3 traits he's chosen. Now he's got to try to pin her back, maybe pull her back into the AoE, not the AoE, but the spawn area, or maybe even because the map mechanic is involved in this map. So if he's able to wait for the map mechanic, good job by Ario, actually mitigating a lot of her damage. He's actually watching for those big great sword swings. Good job by him, and now he's got a lot of pressure on Emma, but he's got to keep it on her. He can't be complacent here and just back away, because she can't turn this on a dime. The amount of damage and pressure that comes out from Emma is incredible. Good job by her going into stealth, knowing that she's running out of cooldowns, trying to mitigate some damage by just pushing that W key. Good job by Ario, seeing that first burst and the second burst with the Renegade. Good job by Emma trying to bait him into it. Misses the pushback. Good job by Ario. Now he's just keeping his distance, but this is not a fight. That's not a fight he wants to play with her, and that's exactly why he doesn't want to do that. Renegade is taken out by Emma. He was trying to play that fire game, but Emma was just waiting for her burst to come off cooldown, and as soon as she had the opportunity, and before that she was already poking and prodding him, she got him to use a lot of cooldowns, and then she just destroyed him right there. Unfortunate, maybe Ario could have used a little more LOS, or maybe even dragged him back into the spawn site. So this way he can actually use his full advantage of his AoE areas and all his little dudes. At least cast her for a little bit. Maybe she gets a little complacent herself and tries to put the damage down, thinking she can get the win. So here we go into our 3rd game in our quarterfinals, in our first round actually, guys. And like I mentioned, I do a roster check to make sure that I have everybody that is supposed to be there, but sometimes it just doesn't end up that way. So first round is always a little clumsy, but when we get into the quarterfinals it gets better, and then semis is perfect, and then finals is even, like, it's a really good game. So Rune of Ranger versus Demolisher. He's got Sword with Warhorn, and he's also got Greatsword. He's running over here Wilderness, Marksmanship, and Beast Mastery. Very interesting to see. That's from King Chrome over here. And Ermagerd, I think we've already taken a look. Invocation, Devastation, and Herald. She's running with Staff, Sword, Exploitation, and Annulment. You see these on Revenants a lot. And a lot of players. This sigil is actually really, really strong. I've noticed it in a lot of high-class players or top-tier players. They use it quite frequently. Leadership and Marauder. So Goddess right now is taking some heavy damage. Ermagerd engaging really hard onto him. Not a bad job by Wiggles right now. They're standing toe-to-toe right now, and damage-wise, good exchange on both sides. Good mitigation from both sides. Now they're re-engaging here. Good engage by Goddess, going in with the stealth and getting the big stun. Ermagerd just trying to stay kitey, using W to stay away, and keeps not get too close to him while he's got that great sword out. Because oh, good burst, good knockdown, great setup by Ermagerd, getting him to use a lot of his cooldown, knowing that he's on the run basically because he's got nothing left. He already bursted her, and now moved in for the kill. Great job by Ermagerd, being patient, not going in too quickly, and saving it for the end. Let me just update these brackets, guys. And for those of you who just joined the Twitch, let me post the brackets for you in the challenge in the stream chat, so you guys can follow along with me if you so choose. So here we go into game 2. Our next match after this is actually going to be Ex-Crusader versus Dark Opium. That should be really good. Sorry guys, I'm just waiting to the next. So we go. Now, the same kind of concept going on right here. He's burnt through a lot of his cooldowns. She was able to mitigate a lot of it. She was good job on watching it. Now, she could be a little bit dangerous over here, but there's too much pressure on the Goddess. He's too scared to actually turn around and do damage because of how low his health is. And down goes Goddess. Ermagerd actually takes that and moves on to the next round. Good job, Ermagerd. She's joined one or two of my tourneys, I believe, and did really, really well. Good performance there as well. King Chrome is no slouch either. So our next match over here, sorry guys, I'm just whispering some people over there. So our next match is actually going to be so Dark Opium is in. Now it's just Dark Ex-Crusader. Let me check if they're both them. Yeah, Ex-Crusader. I've seen Ex-Crusader on one or two of my tourneys. I can't remember if he was really, really good. I can't remember if he was he was very stunningly good. Rune of Speed, Demolisher, interesting already. He's got Greatsword with Longbow, Marksmanship, Wilderness, and Beast Mastery. Let's take a quick look at Sexy Hazard. He's entered in a lot of my tourneys. He's gone to the semis, and he's gone to the finals, and he's also won. So he's definitely one to watch in this tournament. He's running Invocation, Devastation, and Herald. He's got Sword with Staff. There's the Annulment again. Most of these Revenants run with it. Marauder with Rune of the Leadership. Let me take a quick look at... Yeah, no, this is the wrong one. And Annulment's right there again. He goes in for the big engage from Sexy Hazard. Nice mitigation by Death Runes. He tries to get him in the knockback. Doesn't work. I wasn't sure if that was a bait knockback just for the sound animation. Good job by coming in for that hard damage while he's going for that barrage. He sees him in the barrage animation, knowing it's his opportunity to come in for the strike, and he goes in. But actually, in the end, Sexy Hazard gets the better of the exchange. I didn't see if he used his glint here. Let me take a quick look at Sexy Hazard. I don't believe he used his... I have to see him switch facets. And that's Sexy Hazard that takes it. Like I mentioned, he's been in a couple of my tourneys. He's one to watch. He's a very strong Revenant. I believe I've seen him play other things. Definitely seen him play other things. But that was game 1. Our next match after this is actually going to be me versus Pawn Star for Hire. Once again, thank you so much for watching, guys. I try to put on tournaments every single day. I'm really new to streaming, a little over 3 weeks. If you like this type of content, check out my highlights video. You'll see every single one that I did, 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, and even Fashion Wars that I do once or twice a week, just for the shits, why not? Click that follow or click that subscribe if you guys really like this content. It is September, so half price. So here we go. Death Run's trying to come in for the heavy pressure right away. He shouldn't burst all his cooldowns right away, especially against an opponent like Sexy Hazard. He's got to bait them in a little bit. He's trying to get that rapid fire off. He wasn't able to use the Hunter's Shot either. But good job on getting the pushback. That saved him a little bit. Maybe he has enough time to use heal as one, but Sexy Hazard can pour it on top. But he is sitting a little low in health, so maybe doesn't want to engage too hard. You're going to have to watch out for the glint heal. He's coming in with some heavy damage, and that's exactly what I mentioned. He's going to have to watch out for that glint heal, but he just powers right through it, keeping the pressure up. Now Sexy Hazard's in big danger. He goes for the rapid fire. Good reflexes back. Ooh, Sexy Hazard with a good counterplay right there. Ooh. He's able to get him down. Good job by Sexy Hazard, but that was a nice second round by Death Runs. Really, really, really impressive performance. Like I said, Dark Opium is no slouch. But that is Dark Opium that moves forward. Now we're moving into the quarterfinals right now. And there are some people that got buys because there was only 12 competitors. And the way that challenge.com does it is tries to get everything evenly when it gets down to quarter, semis, and everything. So there are certain people that get buys. I got a buy that's unfortunate, you know. Come on now. So it's me versus Pawn Star. I already looked at his build, so you guys saw that already. I'll show you what I'm running. And I'm going to try to shoutcast it while I play it at the same time. I've been practicing this a little bit. Rune of the Eagle, I'm running with Marauder, Agility with Energy on Great Sword, Sword Focus, I'm running Energy and Annulment, and I'm running Zeal, Radiance, and Valor, and I've also switched over my utility to Stand Your Ground. Oh, hold on, Artemis, let me post that. I posted the challenge.com bracket in the Discord for you guys as well. And for anybody new joining into the Twitch stream, I posted the bracket again for you guys as well. I just have to ready up to start. I'm going to have to be really careful on my engage here. And I have to watch out to see if he does have Spectral Walk. I didn't check his build because I didn't want to take unfair advantage. And we've already went over it. I don't really remember it because I've been through a couple builds already. My mind's kind of slow like that. But if he does have Spectral Walk, I got to be mindful of that. I got to be mindful of when he goes into Reaper. Try to save Renewed Focus for it as much as I can. I'm going to try to get the Ray of Light. Yeah, there we go. Ray of Light. Yeah, Ray of Judgment. That's working on him. So now I'm going to be able to get the Binding Blade. I'm going to back up a little bit. There we go. I was able to get him with the Whirling Wrath. Oh boy, here's the Reaper form that I was really worried about. But he doesn't have much of it. Ooh, I ate a lot of that damage. But I did get him in the Binding Blade, so he's in a little bit of trouble. But he does have stability up. I got to wait for that to cool off. Oh, good play by him. Really good play. Come on, throw that out. I got to get him with the Ray of Judgment. That's really important. Yes. Really, really good. Phew, phew, phew. Clumsy's really strong. I don't think I did too bad in the shoutcasting. It kind of helps me when I fight. I don't know. Speaking it out loud, I hear it to myself and I follow the instruction a little better. He's definitely going to change. Like I said, top tier players, they have many ways of adjusting. Maybe in their play style, the way they engage in the fight, or maybe even with their actual build itself. So there's a lot of ways to adjust for the fight. This is going to be another tough one. He's probably not going to let me have this one. I got to be really careful. Really, really, really careful. I took a lot of damage in the Reaper Shroud, but I didn't pop the Renewed Focus early enough. I wanted to get some more damage on him, and I wanted to get that Binding Blade on him. So as soon as I had that Binding Blade, I can pop my Renewed Focus, sitting a little comfortably, buy a little more time on his stability, and then pull it when I needed it and try to get him down. I got unfortunate. He kited me really well. He used the terrain to his full advantage. I'm going to try to engage really hard on him right here. Phew. Phew, phew, phew. Let me just update the brackets, guys, and look at the next fight. I couldn't do it because I was fighting. It's actually Anya versus Irma Gerd, this fight. This is going to be a good one. See if I updated the brackets all the way here. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm just taking care of a couple little things. There we go, Anya's in. This is actually going to be Revenant versus Revenant. This should be a really good fight. Let's take a quick look at Anya's build over here. Invocation, Devastation with Herald. And then we also got... Ah, I'm a fucking idiot. I forgot someone. Fuck. That really sucks. Maybe I'll just let him take my space. Yeah, you'll take my space. Okay, so Anya versus Irma Gerd. I think I did take a look at both of their builds. Sorry, guys. I forgot Affliction 8. I didn't add him into the roster. I'm an idiot. He's supposed to take the spot of someone else that wasn't here, but I ended up replacing... I'm just an idiot sometimes. So Anya trying to engage hard on Irma Gerd. Irma Gerd trying to use the no port. That pillar is a no port, so they can't port up to each other. She can use that for damage mitigation, or if she needs a little breather on for her cooldowns, that's a great spot to go. Tries to get him with the Shackling Winds, doesn't engage, tries to glint Elite. Anya Irma Gerd getting away from that really quickly. Good job. Anya just putting on the pressure as hard as she can. Good job by Irma Gerd getting to the LOS and trying to re-engage. Sometimes the best offense or good offense is the best defense. She's starting to suffer over here. Gets him with the Shackling Wave and Anya takes him down. So it's Anya that takes game one. Sorry guys, I'm a little preoccupied. I was just writing to, like I said, fuck. That was going to be one of the first or second ad tournaments that Dodgers can enter. And I'm really disappointed that I couldn't get him in there. That really sucks. I would have liked to see him in action. He's a really good player and I really enjoyed watching him. I would have really enjoyed watching that. But we're going to fight right now. Go back to Anya versus Irma Gerd. I don't think Anya's made any changes. Lisa with Marauder, running Exploitation and Agility. Energy with Cleansing, Staff, and Sword. Invocation, Devastation, and Herald. Let's take a quick look at Irma Gerd. Invocation, Devastation, and Herald. Staff with a Sword. Leadership and Demolisher. Alright, Anya going hard on the Armor Grid, getting it down. Sorry guys, I wasn't able to shotcast that either. I'm just trying to take care of this guy. I really didn't want it. That was disappointing for me. I really want to try to take care of it. So it's Anya that moves forward into it. Now it's going to be Artemis Flame versus Emma. Artemis Flame has entered in the past 3 or 4 tournaments. She has done a lot of them in the past for me, but she's really been like present in the last couple of ones. She's a really strong LA Fire Weaver. She's had some epic duels in our tournaments. They've always been exciting. Usually for the first couple, like first minute, they're not that exciting, but when the map mechanic comes down, they are epic duels. And if it's not Ellie versus Ellie, once she fights someone else, she usually dominates. I'm excited to see this. Let's take a quick look at her build. Running with Balthazar, Sage, Amulet, Cleansing and Energy, Focus and Sword. Fire, Weaver, Arcane, and Weaver. Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. Now, Emma, I think this is the first, or maybe second, but I think it's the first. She had a very stellar performance against Aerial. Aerial is no pushover, so the way she dominated, well, not. She was very clever in her moves. She chose her engages really well, waited for her cooldowns, played very patiently. So I can tell right away she's very experienced. She did well in her first game, and now let's see how she does against Artemis Flame. This is going to be a really challenge for her. She's Mesmer and Berserker. Artemis has got a lot of sustain, so this doesn't really work in her Flame in Emma's favor, but if she can put the damage down and keep the pressure up, then she might have a chance, because Artemis is going to be wasting too much time trying to mitigate the damage. Good job by Emma. This is what she wanted, to try to keep the pressure up, take a lot of chunks of her damage or of her health, and make her use a lot of her sustain and her healing, and then just keep dumping, and eventually she'll just run out. This is exactly it. Now keep the pressure. She's going to try to keep it. And Artemis can only re-up on her health only so many times before she starts to run out. Now this is good pressure. Again, the high damage, she just can't sustain through it. She's starting to do a better job now. Now Emma's got to be quick on keeping that damage up, but her cooldowns, she has cooldowns as well. She can't infinitely just keep throwing great swords at her. Ooh, another big, huge burst by Emma. This is big danger for her. Oh my god. Now this is just too much damage for Artemis to heal through. She's going to have to make changes in her build, and I'm sure she's going to change Balthazar, go with something with the barrier on healing. I forgot what it's called. I'm sure you guys do, but you see most Ellies run it. I'm sure she's going to go more towards that, because the burning she can't keep up, and even if she can get the burning down, she's just taking too much damage in the process. So she's got to figure out another alternative. Maybe a little more sustain and just try to keep the pressure up. Emma is very squishy. Let's take a look. Our next match after this, guys, just so you know, is going to be Misfire versus Dark Opium. I'm going to let the guys know. Now Artemis is going to be a lot more careful. She has a lot more respect for Emma. She's going to use LOS a lot more. As you can see, she's already using it. She's going to need to use it because she can't mitigate all that damage all the time. She's going to have to use terrain to her fullest advantage. And this is what's going to make the difference in the fight. She's got to be ready to engage when she can. Good dodge there, but Emma's doing a great job of punishing her by staying far away, and then Sip My Ocean has no choice but to engage. Her range is only around 300, if so, with certain skills of hers. So she's got to get close within melee range, and Emma's taking full advantage of that. She's being very, very, very wily, using stealth to disengage when she's too close. When the stealth isn't available, she's using her burst. Really good burst again, down by Emma, but Artemis is doing a good job with the burning. She actually stuck with the Balthazar, but she's just being clever with the terrain, and that's what I mean. And not only can good players change the way their build, but they can also change their play style, and that's exactly what Artemis did there. She just became much more defensive in her actions, using the stairs in that little corner as LOS, trying to jump around, making Emma have to close the gap on her in order to get damage on her. So that was a much different play style, and it was very successful. Great adjustment, and this is what you see from top tier players. That was a great job by Artemis Flame. But Emma's no slouch either from what I've seen so far. What she was able to do to Artemis obviously says a lot for itself. So kudos to you, Emma. Let's see how you adjust now. Yeah, JP Wilisi, it is organized by me. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it is really good. It's enjoyable, but I've only been doing this for about 3 weeks. Yeah, if you look at the bottom, a little bit about me, you'll see daily schedule, who am I, a little bit about me, what do I bring to the table, and in what do you bring to the table, you'll see YouTube tournament videos. That's where I posted them all. Yeah, and like I said, I'm very new to this. I've only been doing this for about 3 weeks, but so far I've been getting a lot of rave. Like, these guys have been really supporting me, and it's been really, really good. But let me get back to this action over here, guys. It's Hi Emma versus Sip My Ocean. They're doing really good. It's only 20 seconds in. Good burst by Hi Emma. Artemis has got to be really careful here. She can't get too complacent. She can't stand in the open like that. I know she wants to get the pressure down and put some damage, but at the same time, this is a wide open field. This is exactly what Emma wants. This is the exact terrain that she needs to get the job done, and she's doing a great job about it. Now Emma's trying to look for the kite spot. Artemis is just trying to keep the pressure up. I guess she's confident in her cooldowns and what she has. Let's just take a quick look at Artemis and keep an eye on her. Now she's trying to get those burning stacks as much as she can. You can see how much damage these burning stacks are doing to Emma, and that's the main source of her damage because Emma's very, very kitey. But once she gets those burns on, there's nothing she can do, as you can see right there. Even the bleeding is doing heavy damage. Artemis doesn't know where she is, but that's a great job by Emma getting very, very, very far away, and she's just simply pushing the W key. Hey, what's up, Goran?
Hey, what up?
Hey guys, that's Goran. He's always in the Discord with me.
I just joined finally.
Oh, and Alex too. What's up, Alex? And here you go. Good pushback by Emma right there. She's trying to get the big damage. Artemis Placement's in big trouble. She's trying to create the distance where Emma can't get her, but Emma's got the range on this one right now, and Artemis has got to get down. She can't stay up there too long taking this kind of damage from Emma. Now, Emma's even forcing her into the path that she needs her to be in. This is perfect for her. As you can see, Emma's just waiting for cooldowns, and she's going to be engaging soon. Great stealth by her. Artemis is kind of at a little bit of a loss, but now this is going to get really interesting. Emma has no source of heal. There's only 5 seconds in the mat. Oh, good job by Artemis Flame taking out Emma. That was really, really, really good fight. Our next match after this, guys, is going to be Misfire versus Dark Opium. That was a really, really good fight. Kudos to you, Emma. Thank you so much for coming. I really, really appreciate that. Really, really, really cool. Hold on, guys. I'm just going to run to the Heart of the Mist to solicit in the map chat. I'm that asshole that you see all the time in Heart of the Mist promoting Mike or Ashi. Those are my character names that you'll see. You'll also see my builds right below. A little bit about me. You'll see PP, Condi Scrapper, and Zeal Core Guard. Those are both the builds that I'm running. Thank you to Alex for helping me create those. Sorry guys, I'm just soliciting really quick. I don't think they've started just yet. I'll be coming back in right now. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I do these every single day. I've been starting twitching for a little over 3 weeks now, but you look at my highlights videos, that's every tournament that I've done. So just take a look at those, and if you like this kind of stuff, click that follow or click that subscribe. It is September, so subscribes are only, what, $2 and $2.50. If you like it, click it. If not, just continue watching. I really appreciate it, guys. So here we go. Let's take a quick look at Sexy Hazard. We already saw him at the beginning, but Misfire got a bye because of the way Challenge Rocket does it with the 12 competitors that we have. Demolisher and Rune of Strength. Then we're going with Great Sword, Axe, and Shield. Discipline, Strength, and Spellbreaker. This is going to be good. This is the first warrior that we see so far. I've been seeing less and less warriors, but I'm happy to see one. I like their gameplay. They can change the pace of the fight in an instant. Even when low, they're very, very dangerous. Goes for the Bull's Charge. Actually connects. Good job by Sexy Hazard mitigating or breaking stun out of that because Blue Flame was coming in for heavy pressure. He tries to get the Whirlwind. He's in a little bit of danger right now. Maybe he's going to want to try to change for a Rampage in the next match just so he can try to get through a lot of Sexy Hazard's damage mitigation and then go back into Warrior and try to put the damage down. But these are changes that, you know, anybody can make. There's a lot of different ways to go about this depending on how you see your opponent. But let's take a quick look at Sexy Hazard while we're here. Invocation, let me get rid of that. Invocation, Devastation, and Herald. We're looking at Sword with Staff. He's running with Leadership and Marauder Amulet. Let me just update the challengebracket.com for you guys, so if you so choose, you can follow along with me. So here you go. For anybody who's new and just joined, that's the challenge.com bracket. You can join that up and follow along the brackets, see who's competed and who's coming up. That was actually Artemis Frame. Artemis Frame won that one. So she's moving forward. Now let's take a quick look at Blue Flame. Let's see if he made any changes. He didn't go for Rampage. I think he changed to Mending over here. And Feather Grace, maybe.
I think the shout heals are once.
Here we go. Good job by Blue Flame staying in the no port spot, avoiding a lot of the first engage by Sexy Hazard. He took a lot of damage in that. Gets him in the glint elite. Big trouble by Blue Flame. He's got to come back, use his heal or something before he comes in with the port. Now Blue Flame or Sexy Hazard smelling blood and going in for the kill, just trying to take him out, and ends up doing so. Good lord. I think that's Dark Opium that moves forward. Ooh, now we're in the semifinals, guys. It's actually me versus Anya. Dun, dun, dun. This is going to be a tough one, guys. Ooh, Anya's really good, but I love fighting top competitors like this. It just kind of like lets me know where I'm standing in my ranking and how much more I have to work and how much harder I have to work to get that much better. That's why I like these type of guys. They set that plateau, they set that bar, and they tell you this is what you got to get to, this is where you got to go. We've already seen Anya's build. I'm going to let you guys take a quick look at mine here. Zeal, Radiance, and Valor. Sword Focus, Great Sword Focus with Eagle and Marauder. This is going to be a good one though, guys. Oh lord. We're in our semifinals. Only 4 competitors left in this. It's going to be Artemis Flame versus Dark Opium after this. And right now it's me versus Anya. We're also going to have a 3rd place match. And our finals match is a best of 5 series. Now I gotta be really careful with Anya here. I gotta kind of bait them into using a lot of their damage mitigation at first. I can't go in too hard. What I'm gonna try to do is go in with the Zealot's defense with a port to try to make her use some of her damage. That's exactly what I wanted right there. The damage mitigation, they're doing this. Now I'm gonna try to get her in the stun here. I got her in the immob. Glint heals up. I gotta be very careful now. Super careful. I didn't get out of that elite. I tried to dodge out of that elite, but it was a little too slow on my part. Really slow. And as soon as you make one little mistake, that's when it's over. And that's the type of player that Anya is. Any little window of opportunity, they're jumping on it immediately. And that's exactly what she did. Saw the glint. I tried to dodge. I was a little too slow on it. And boom, I was done. You know what I mean? With little window, taken, opportunity gained, victory. That's top tier players right there. Those are the type of people I like dueling. Like I said, now I know how far. Hey, thank you so much for that follow, man. I really appreciate that. Bazompfus. Thank you, Bazompfus. Woot, woot. Thank you for that. Once you guys click that follow, it really pats me on the back. Let me know I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right thing. And you guys are somewhat enjoying it. So let me try it again versus Anya. I'm going to try this time just to go balls. I can't go balls to the walls. As soon as I go balls to the walls, you know what I'm going to try to do? Go with the Binding Blade. To try to catch her in the Binding Blade, and then when she tries to do her little damage mitigation, I'll use the Binding Blade, then use my Virtue of Justice to try to keep her there, and then just round and pound. Here we go. Let's see if I can get this. There's the Binding Blade. There's her damage mitigation. Here's the pull. There's the stun and immob. Oh, there's the glint heal. I gotta be careful. Oh, that was really close. Now I gotta get on the no port. I gotta be very careful here. Now I'm gonna just drop symbols on top of her if I can. She's in a corner. This is where I want her. Good damage mitigation. She's still in symbols. I gotta be super careful. I'm gonna wait for her to get close before I use my smite heal. Just not enough. Just not enough. She got me in a tight corner, and then I started to get nervous. I couldn't see really well. I was like, ah. And then she just dropped her big AoE. I didn't see the big AoE because of the small quarters, and that AoE murders people, and I got destroyed. It was a nice engage. I did really good on the engage, but I just didn't have any finisher. So here we go on to the next match. It's actually Anya that moves forward into that. Now we're going to have Artemis Flame versus Dark Opium. Oh, why did I go back to here? I might as well solicit while I'm here, guys. Hold on. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Hey, thank you for that, Tech Mojo, letting the people know that I do early content on the weekends. On the weekends, I'll do much earlier content. This way, that anybody I can't catch during the night, I can catch during the day, because I get a lot of people. I get a lot of people asking me, like, oh, can you do them earlier? Do you do them earlier? And I'm like, yes, I do. Now I do them on the weekends earlier so everybody can do them. So let's take a quick look at Sip My Ocean one more time. She's running over here Balthazar with Sage Amulet. She's also cleansing and energy, running with Focus and Sword, Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. Let's take a quick look at Sexy. This is going to be a good match. Invocation, Devastation, and Herald. We've seen that. Actually, I think he went with Resistance. Yeah, he did go with Resistance. Now, if Sexy Hazard's got to be really careful. The longer this match goes, the worse it's going to get for him. He's got to be very careful. He's got to keep an eye on those Condis. Now, Revenants don't have much in the mitigation field for Condi. They've got maybe one or two good clears. I don't play Rev very well. Like I said, I'm new to shoutcasting, but I know from fighting them that they don't have much Condi clear, and he doesn't have much to cycle through. So he's got to be really attentive on those burns. As you can see, they're ticking away, keeping a lot of his damage, but he did a good job. I think he believed he used his Glint Heal on that. Sorry guys, I'm just whispering to a couple people. This is what I mean. The farther it goes, the less cooldown Sexy Hazard has. And he's got to be really careful. He can't just blow whatever comes up, because then he's not going to have enough pressure on Artemis Flame to make her back off a bit so he can have some more time. He's got to be patient. Use that W key a bit. Wait for a couple of his combo moves to come up, and then try to get some burst and push her away a bit. Because if he doesn't, she's just going to have so much mitigation, so much CC, and she's going to dominate the match like she is right now. As soon as she gets him low, Sexy Hazard can't be too aggressive, and she just starts running the match. Good job by Sexy right now. He's backing away. Maybe just wait a little bit. There's only 30 seconds left in the map mechanic. He's got to be able to heal up, because like I said, after the map mechanic, there is 0 healing, and there's 2. Here, I'll show you really quick. There's going to be 2 AoE effects, one that's going to come from here and one that's going to come from here. Eventually they're going to encroach onto the entire map and push everything forward. This is a bad spot for Sexy. There's only 10 seconds left. He doesn't want to be there, but lots and lots and lots of pressure coming from Sip My Ocean. She's got to be able to use her... Oh, he doesn't even have time for the Glint Heal. This is going to be over. Maybe if he can use the effects. The AoE, there you go. I'm going to show you really quick. It doesn't look good for Sexy Hazard, but you can see it right here from this angle. This AoE effect coming throughout. This will eventually consume, and it comes from these doors too. It'll eventually consume everything, forcing the opponents here and taking the entire terrain. But that's Artemis Flame that takes it. Was that? Sorry guys, I'm just whispering some people, so I get a little distracted sometimes. It's a little laggy, this stream, eh? Oh no, there you go. It's a little better.
You look like a bunch of whispers.
Yeah, get them going.
Bitch.
You just got started. I feel like I'm a kid, like whispering in the library. I don't like it.
Okay.
I'll be done pretty soon, guys.
No, this is awesome. I'm betting. It's fun. I'm able to bet.
Okay. Let's see if Sexy Hazard made any changes. He did change off Balthazar. He's going with leadership now, because he's trying to get those. Okay, so I see what he was doing. I forgot he was going against Artemis Flame with the Burning. He was just trying to, and he finally realized that, you know what, maybe they're just clearing the Condi entirely, because the Burning does last a really long time, and the resistance doesn't even have that much long of duration. So it's kind of not counterproductive, but not as functional as leadership, I would say, where he's able to clear the Condi immediately and not take any damage. So good, but so he's got to do a big. He's got to be patient. He can't stay too close. This is it. This is really hard for Sexy, because he has no choice but to close the gap in order to get some damage down. And as soon as he does, there you go. That was a really nice combo. Baited her in, got her into a tight area, hit her with the shackling wave. Now he's putting some good pressure. She was able to put swirling winds up. Good mitigation from both sides. Now Sexy has a little bit of trouble just using that W key to get away. This might go to the map mechanic. Now, Sexy Hazard's got to be also aware that it might go there as well. So he's got to be clever on his cooldowns and clever on his heal. Because Artemis, like I said, she's a very good opponent. And she will be watching for that glint heal. Which he's got up. Oh, no, that's the infused light. We got 45 seconds left in the map mechanic. He's trying to create some distance. He's not able to put enough pressure onto Artemis. This must be frustrating for Sexy Hazard. And that's there we have it, guys. That is Dark Opium, Artemis Flame versus Anya in our finals. But now we're going to have our third place, which is Dark Opium versus me. Another Revenant, and like I said, Sexy Hazard's very good as well. He's gone to the semifinals, like I said many times. He's gone to the finals many times. He has won it. So he's a very, very, very impressive Revenant. I gotta try to do the same combo with against like I did to Anya. There's a couple of openers I can do. I'm gonna try a couple of them. You guys can see my build one more time. Rune of the Eagle, Sword Focus with Great Sword, Marauder Amulet, Radiance's Heal, and Virtues. Valor, I mean. No virtues here. I'm gonna have to be really clever. I'm gonna try to bait out his. Once again, I'm gonna go in with Zealot's defense to try to bait out a lot of his mitigation for damage, because Zealot's defense is really wonky. It doesn't really connect very well. So just baiting it like that is. That was a terrible port. I gotta get out of that AoE. I'm gonna try to catch him in this. There's that glint heal. I gotta be careful for that. Just too much pressure.
Hit that oh shit button, son.
Schooled. Good job by Dark Opium. Very, very, very good. Keeping the pressure onto me. That port at the beginning is really, really screwed me over. I was kind of like flat-footed from there. He jumped on top of me and just took advantage. I did not expect to be ported there. Hey, why did I leave? That was weird. Maybe this rolled cigarette will help me.
Help you hit that oh shit button.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't even use renewed focus.
That's the first game against Anya. You didn't use.
No, the burst was just too real, and they stunned me really well at the end.
Yeah.
Gotta be really careful. I guess I'm gonna try to go in with the Binding Blade this time. Hopefully I can get the port off. I just gotta get up there quick and just target him quickly.
He's gonna be on it before you can.
My glint is so dirty, and my symbols just do so much damage, and there's almost nothing I can do about it. I can't stop him from healing up. The symbols are just healing him too much. I'm just trying to buy as much time so I can get my symbols back up and try to keep the pressure on him, but there's no way. With his glint heal up, he just sits in my symbols, and that's it for me. Re-heals all the way to full. It's a really hard fight. If I try to use, maybe if I use the terrain a little better and got him to chase me a little bit while his glint heal was up, maybe I can avoid his symbols. But that's Sexy Hazard, who gets third place. We're going to be moving on to our first place match, which is best of 5. Hold on, let me tell these guys. Hold on, guys. What the hell did I just do? Alright, Fight's already started, so good. Sorry, guys. Anya's already going now. Sexy Hazards. Anya's going to run into the same situation as she did with Artemis, where he just doesn't have enough pressure to keep onto Artemis Flame. But now let's see how Anya's able to counter that effect that Sexy Hazard actually went through. Right now, she's just kind of staying away. Good job by Anya. Right now, this serves Anya at 100%. Right now, she's able to save her cooldowns, or he's able to save his cooldowns. Good job by poking in and out, using W to get out. She does have the glint heal. Going back in, putting the pressure onto Artemis. Great job. That was really, 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 really good. Coming in and out a lot, knowing when to combo or burst down together, baiting Artemis out, and just being Anya kind of puts the extra pressure on top of Artemis. So that's a 1-0 series in this match. Let's see what Artemis does for this round. If she makes any changes to her build, let's take a quick look.
I mean, the more time that passes, the better it is for Artemis in this matchup, right?
Yeah, in my opinion, yeah. She just has way more sustain, and then as Anya goes through her cooldowns, she just won't have enough gas to finish. But she's doing Anya's doing a really good job of making sure her combos are very functional and putting on the damage to try to keep the pressure onto Artemis, to try to not make her so aggressive, to try to make her a little bit fearful, so when she does engage, it's not too hard, and she doesn't engage all the time chasing like she did to Sexy Hazard. So Anya's being able to come in, put that pressure, jump out, try to mitigate some damage, and then come back in. And it's also making, like I said, Artemis a little more like worried about her engages. She can't just free will chase around and try to keep the pressure up. Anya's punishing her for just coming in. So Artemis has got to make her changes. I don't know if she is, but she is ready now. I don't know if she's made any changes in her trait. Maybe she's taking off Smothering Rage for Smothering Auras. I'm not entirely sure, but this is game 2 in our finals of a best-of-5 series. The cream has risen to the top, guys. I say this every match. I'm Bruce Nolan. So good job by Artemis, just trying to keep the pressure, mitigating the damage. And great job by Anya as well. She's going through her cooldowns now, though, so she won't have much. Actually gets the Glint Elite and gets the Shackling Wave right after. That was a great combo and really, really quickly executed. Now Artemis is backing up a bit. Anya comes in for the pressure. She's trying to get the damage down, but she's not able to. Good job by Artemis. Now this is exactly what she wants to do. She's winning the engages right now, getting the burning stacks onto Anya, and that's what she wants. She's got to be careful for that. That was a great engage by Anya again. Trying to get her a little complacent, using the no port spot. Now she's just trying to trail her and keep the pressure up, but she's going to run out of cooldown soon, but now Artemis has got the pressure. And this is where Anya can get her cooldowns, and she's reversing it. Good comboing and taking advantage of her opponent, and you can see at the beginning of the match that Artemis wasn't taking any damage. That's her burning through her cooldowns, and Anya knows this. And then when she starts to see her health go down a little bit, knowing that it's not being mitigated, there's no barrier coming up, and she knows this is time to open up, and she starts coming with heavy pressure. But Anya can only keep this up for so long. As you can see, it goes both ways. Now this is where Artemis tries to get the countering. She's going to try to do it as best she can. Anya is avoiding it really well, using the no port spots. And just using that WQ a lot. Good interrupt by Artemis, trying to keep the pressure on. The 7 stacks of burning are going to be super dangerous against Anya. She's got to get those off. Good cover Condi by Artemis. Very, very good cover Condi. Now what they're almost at a stalemate right here, and this is where things start to slow down for Anya a bit. She's got to be careful with her cooldowns. We are getting down into the 15 seconds left in this match, so she's got to be really, really, really careful. The cooldowns are gone. There's no more Glint Elite, and now Artemis can heal up just before the timer, but this is great burst. This is exactly what you want to do before the timer. Get your opponent as low as possible. Now you see Anya and Artemis just trying to regain as much health as they can. Now this, I don't know if I think this would favor Artemis a little more because she does have barrier, but she's got to be very, very careful with those big openers. Anya's just waiting for it. Now the terrain is also closing up a bit, so Anya won't have as much kite ability. She won't be able to just run away. Here's the heavy burning on Anya. This is going to be very, very dangerous. He was able to clear it. Artemis is trying to keep the pressure. Good DPS by Anya. This is going to be really, really tight. Nice mitigation. Anya is in the knockdown. Artemis wasn't able to take advantage. She was in the invuln and in that animation, so she was locked down. This can still go either way. Now Anya can't. Now Artemis Flame can't use Mistform inside of the map because it is a form of healing, so it's kind of a disadvantage. And it looks like Anya might take this, but I don't know. This is a epic down fight. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was so close. That couldn't have been a better match. Kudos to Artemis, and that was kind of like a kick in the nuts. That was really rough to watch. Really good job by Artemis. Really good job by Anya. That was a stunning match to watch, guys. Wow, that was incredible. Good job on both ends. Really good mitigation. Really good comebacks. Knowing when the opponent is low. Being able to turn on the pressure when they needed to. Doing a great job of it. That was really, really, really good fun match to watch. And now we have potentially two more, potentially three. Artemis has just got to really turn on the pressure. It looks like she's starting to adjust to her opponent a little better. She's starting to understand what she brings to the table, what they bring to the table. So it's going to be interesting to see here.
I thought somebody was starting to slow clap.
I'll take this time to thank you guys for watching. If you like this type of content, look below of the video. You'll see a little bit about me, what I bring to the table, or what my daily schedule of when I do these. I do them every single day. I've only been twitching for about a little over 3 weeks, so I'm kind of new to shoutcasting. But if you take a look at my highlights video, those are all the tourneys I've done, 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, as well as Fashion Wars. So click that follow or click that subscribe if you like this type of content. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Here we go into game 3, I believe it is, of the finals. Anya versus Sip My Ocean, Artemis Flame. Anya coming in with a heavy pressure right onto Artemis. Doing a really good job, but it's a little too early to waste a lot of those cooldowns, I would imagine. She's trying to just end the match fast. Good glint elite, and she comes in with those shackling waves really good. Now Artemis gets the interrupt, but unfortunately it's just on the lower plane, and that's a good job by Anya making sure she has the advantage. Now that she was able to mitigate a bunch of damage just by being above her by a couple feet. That was a great play, and these are the little things that separate a top tier player from someone who's not doing so well, you know, and these are the little things that maybe you can change. Just being aware of your environment, where you're standing, who's close to you, what cooldowns they have left. I know it's a lot, but things to practice. Now Artemis is taking a lot of damage over here. Anya is doing a really good job of keeping the pressure up. That was a great stun. Artemis trying to break out of it. She's burning through a lot of her cooldowns. She doesn't have... Oof, this is going to be tough. Now she's just got to kind of kite away. She's gone into water now to try to reheal with whatever she can. Doing a good job now, but she's gone through a lot of it. She's got to try to put the counter pressure up. She did have the 4 burns, but Anya cleared that really quick, and that's because Artemis wasn't able to put pressure. Anya was just keeping the pressure on her, so Anya was still having her Condi clear available to her. Really good job over there by getting those burn stacks, and they work their magic. Now, you can't mitigate the Condi, and that's what's really important in this matchup. Artemis doesn't necessarily have the biggest damage, but it's those burns right there. 9, 6, 7 stacks of burns. Good job, but Anya is doing a very good job of understanding that she can use those burns to her advantage. So she'll let Anya, that's one of the first times that you saw Anya get that high in burning stacks, and that's because she had her glint heal up. She waited for the burns, said, okay, I'm ready for my glint heal. I'll come in close, she'll burn me, and then I'll just heal right back up. Great play by Anya, and especially understanding that I was getting close to the cooldown, to the timer, and that there was no other way for her to really heal. Good job by Artemis Flame right here. This is exactly what you wanted to do. Put the heavy pressure. Now the glint heal is no longer useful. Artemis waited till the perfect amount of time to put on the pressure. Anya was too slow in reacting and didn't get any of that. Maybe maybe 2 ticks of that glint heal. Now here comes Artemis in a very good position. She's got to be very careful. She got away from that glint elite, but I'm not sure if that was a fake. No, the glint elite was actually used, so it was not a fake. Good job by Artemis avoiding it. She's got a lot of barrier right now, and Anya doesn't have the control of the ground because you can see the LOS or the AoE effect is starting to collapse. This is a really good position for Artemis. She's got to be really careful, though. She can't get too complacent. Now, it's a big stun over there by Anya. She's standing in a lot of AoE, and that's game. Now, it's a really good advantage, really good try, but that's it. Anya is able to take it. That was a super exciting finals. That was very, very entertaining to watch. Thank you, Anya. Thank you, Artemis, for coming. Guys, that was fucking epic. And once again, thank you to everyone who was watching, guys. I really appreciate you coming out to watch. Really, 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 really cool. I'm going to be back in about 15-20 minutes. I'm going to grab myself something to eat, and then I'll be back and just going to be chilling in Discord with probably Alex, Gore, and a couple other people, whoever show up. I'm going to be doing ranked. I'm trying to get to top 50 right now, I believe. I am, let me take a look. Right now, I'm ranked 58. I'm trying to break the top 50, and then I'm trying to break top 25. So if you want to join me for that, I'll be back in about 15-20 minutes to do some core guard ranked. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Follow, subscribe, check out my highlights video if you like this kind of type of content. Tell your friends, come join the tourney. Oh, and tomorrow, 2v2 tournament. It's going to be anywhere between 4 and 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'll know a little more tomorrow. But in the morning, I'll know, and I'll be posting all day throughout the day about the 2v2. There's over 500 golden prizes. It's going to be given out to first, second, and third. 2v2 tournament. Sign up as a free agent, or with your partner. Thank you so much for coming, guys. I'm going to go on a little hiatus just for 15-20 minutes, and then I'll come back and do some ranked. Thanks so much for watching.